What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the Jordan 3 J Balvin Rio. And you guys probably seen tons of videos on this shoe, so we're going to just do a quick run through. Una tardecilla en Medellín siempre me recuerda que viene un nuevo día lleno de oportunidades. A sunset always reminds me a new day full of opportunity is coming. Tag reads Air Jordan Retro SP. Colorway is black, solar flare, and we picked this up in the size 12. I really love the overall colors on this shoe and box with that Medellin sunset. Very dope color, along with this purple elephant print. And you also do have like this pull tab, even though this is a lid box. You do have something to grab a hold to. And you also have that same quote and scripture on the paper on the inside of the box. And here you have it, guys. Air Jordan 3 J Balvin Rio. And let me tell you, this shoe is absolutely stunning in person. The color, the contrast, it pops. But I'm gonna give you a quick 360 of the shoe. We're gonna jump into some of the details. Also give you a couple pointers to look for if you are indeed trying to pick this shoe up in the third-party aftermarket. Quick look at the lateral side of the shoe. Here's a look at the medial side of the shoe. It's the rear of the shoe. Here's a quick look at the outsole. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and jump into this shoe. I know there's tons of videos on this shoe, so I like to kind of change it up sometime to give you guys some fresh opinions of the shoe. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over the quality of this shoe, and as I stated earlier, give you guys some pointers to look out for if you're going the aftermarket route for this shoe, especially with the summer coming up. Some of you guys probably going out to some sneaker conventions, and I will tell you from the quality that I've seen from retail pairs on this shoe, is somewhat lacking and very inconsistent, especially in the elephant print panels. Very inconsistent from the retail side of the game. So it will make it somewhat challenging to authenticate this shoe. And I'll give you my thoughts and opinions, somewhat conspiracies on what I think that can possibly happen when dealing with this shoe. But enough talking, let's give you a close-up look on this shoe. As I stated earlier, the contrast on this shoe is just ridiculous, and the color pop you get. When I pulled the shoe out of the box, I was like, oh my god. And guys, let me tell you how black this shoe looks on camera and in pictures. It is actually that black in person. The leather on the uppers is slightly tumbled, and it is a matte leather. It doesn't have any kind of gloss finish to it. It's a matte black, which I really love the look of it, and I think that's what gives it that deep dark black color. And just the overall transition from the perforated sections into the leather panels, executed to perfection in my opinion. I just love that look. But yeah, you have your slightly tumbled upper leather section, and also in your midfoot panel, it is also slightly tumbled. Let's pull you in closer, give you a look at that leather quality. And I really love the contrast with this smoke dark gray elephant print into the matte black. Oh man, it's a thing of beauty. But starting up top, you do have your standard mesh sock liner. And moving into the rear of the tongue, you do have that solar flare. It's almost like a peaches orange color. It probably shows up as orange on camera, but it does come off in person as like just a slight peach color to it. And moving down, you have your signature J Balvin smiley face hang tag. Very nice. And again, you have these charcoal smoke gray elephant print panels moving out into your midsole. It is split between like a semi-gloss black, and of course you have the Medellin sunset going into the heel counter. It is your sunset going into night. And moving back up top to the tongue, it is also that tumbled leather, and you do have that gold Jumpman. And I must say the leather on the shoe is nothing but quality. I love the feel of it. Again, you have your perforated leather on the eyelet section. Just take a look at the base of the tongue. You have that tumbled texture up and down the whole tongue as well. Really love the feel of that. Trying to give you guys the closest look possible. And moving down into the toe box, excellent shape on this toe box. Really love the angle cut to it. And please keep watching because we're going to talk about this section right here. That's a very key section. And jumping into the medial side of the shoe, same as lateral. Give you another angle of the toe box. Just look at the shape of it. Excellent. And here's a look at the outsole. It is very vibrant. It has that translucent icy sole in the solar flare colorway. This part of the shoe absolutely pops and jumps off the shoe. And last but not least, you have the rear of the shoe with your Nike Air badge. Has the J Balvin signature lightning bolt in the air. I know this shoe in colorway is not for everyone, but I think J Balvin and Nike executed this shoe and overall theme of the shoe. I think they executed it very well. Just taking a look at the rear of the shoe with the sunset, just how the gradient of a sunset fades out. I think they did an outstanding job with that. So let's take a quick look at my right shoe and we'll get into some of the details and tips of the shoe. Here's my right shoe, lateral side. I think the elephant print on this pair came out pretty accurate and close to each other. Quick look at the toe box on this one. Nice. As you can see, it does come with an extra set of laces and that solar flare orange. Let me know what you guys, which lace option would you choose? Would you just stick with the black that comes laced up in the shoe? Or would you go with the solar flare orange to kind of offset all the black upper? I think I'm gonna leave it black for now. I have seen these laced up in it. It looked okay, but it kind of is a little too busy. I just think with the heel counter section of the outsole, it is busy. So I'd rather keep it somewhat muted up top. I just think these laces probably would just do it a little too much, but that's just my preference. But yeah, guys, very pleased with the pair I got. I think they did an excellent job on it. Very minor flaws that we'll get into, if any. But get into the things to look out for when QCing this shoe. And I'm pretty much going to give you similar tips to previous Jordan 3 reviews that I've done. And those tips are mainly the pain points on the Jordan 3. So the first thing that I usually look for with Jordan 3s is the actual cut of the elephant print and how that cut moves from the toe box and fall into the midsole. Some past Jordan 3s had a very wide angle cut down into the midsole. And for this shoe, the majority of the retail that I've seen has a very shallow cut moving into the midsole. And taking a look at the medial side of the shoe, this is what I mean by a wider cut. You can see as it falls into the midsole, it has a very wide angle down. And that is pretty much accurate when dealing with the medial side of the shoe. If you have this wide angle cut on the lateral side of the shoe, I would really say be careful because as I just stated, most of the ones I've seen have a very shallow cut. But it's very tricky with this shoe, as I stated in the opening comments of this video, that I've seen a lot of inconsistencies in the retail pairs, and that was dealing with this elephant print. So some I've seen that had a wider cut to it, some had slimmer, some just didn't look right. The shape of the toe box, very inconsistent in this shoe. But one thing I will say that's very consistent with these shoes is the dark charcoal elephant print panels. That's a very good signature telltale sign. And in person, it's very easy to see the dark shade of this elephant print. If it has any very light tint to it, I would be wary of that shoe. It does have slight brush to it, so depending on the stroke, it could lighten it up a little bit, but mostly you're gonna have a dark charcoal elephant print. And moving into another pointer to look out for, it deals with this heel counter elephant print and how the cut falls into the midsole. And that seam should fall right into this this indentation in the midsole. And this is give or take, as I stated, the inconsistencies. It does vary when dealing with this cut. As you can see, it's slightly over, but anything too far over or too far under, I would be somewhat skeptical of that. Let's take a look at the medial side. And you just want to also make sure it kind of flows into this indentation. Again, not too far out, not too far under. And guys, just being honest, I think these sections that I just named out is more on the anal side and, you know, trying to be a perfectionist versus the inconsistencies of, you know, making these shoes. They can fall slightly off kilter a little bit. And if I had to pick between the front and the rear, this front section of the shoe is something I would look for more than the heel counter section of the shoe. But I think both can be used as valid points. And before we move on, staying with the elephant print, before I forget, I just wanted to give you an example of what I was talking about this elephant print and how it falls into the midsole. I wanted to give you an example. So I put a picture of a pair from the Nike sneakers app. And just taking a look at that picture, look at the angle cut on that shoe. This one is slightly sleeker versus the one on the sneakers app. And that's the inconsistency that I'm talking about. And also taking a look at a picture of the medial side of the shoe. Just taking a look at that picture versus this one. And in my opinion, the sneakers app picture with the elephant print, the way it falls down, it looks kind of off. It almost has a rounded off cut falling into the midsole versus this one, a nice clean drop into the midsole. So I just wanted to share that with you, just to give you a quick look at the inconsistencies between the two. And what I've also seen is the heel tabs. When I first got this pair out, and I seen how the sunrise is somewhat not even. As you can see on this heel tab, the gradient is further down, and on this one is up above the Nike. And I've seen a lot of retail pairs, and a lot of them are even. And I've also seen some just like this one. Take a look at another sneakers app picture of the same shoe. You see the similarities? As I stated, this shoe, it does have inconsistencies on some parts of the panels, the elephant print panels. Again, this heel tab. And I've also seen some pairs that had more of a flat finish to it, and one will have more tumbling in it. It all comes down to the fabric used and what actual sections of the fabric was used making this pair. But I guess sometimes it just falls into the luck of the draw, I guess. And here's another quick example. As you can see on this tongue, it's slightly smoother versus this one that has slight tumble in it. But I can't say with these two shoes, other than that little spot on the tongue, I think they pretty much got the leather panels matched up. And also, I think they did a good job with the elephant prints. What shoe was that came out recently? The white cements, yeah. You remember all the fuss that was going on about the elephant print not matching? You had thin sections and you had thicker elephant prints. I think they pretty much matched these up very close. Just want to give you a quick shot at the medial side of the shoes, at the toe box cuts, and also the lateral side. And this was a quick look at my right shoe. See how this one falls right in there. But yeah, guys, that's what I had for you today. Just wanted to kind of change things up a little bit. Talk about some tips and pointers on this shoe. Again, like I said, it was a ton of videos for this shoe. So I just wanted to change it up somewhat. And just go over some tips and tricks to look out for if you was shopping this shoe in a third-party market. If you're going out to any sneaker cons, sneaker conventions this summer, give you something to look for when you do get these shoes in hand. And I know I did say my tips, tricks, and conspiracies I had. So if you want to hear that conspiracy, here you go. The inconsistencies in retails, they're out there. And what I've seen from UA, they have some spectacular pairs. And they also have some non-spectacular pairs that's easier to catch, that's very off. But I will say that the spectacular pairs, some that I've seen, the angle cuts, it almost trumps the retail pair. So picking these shoes up off the third-party market can get scary. I will say that one thing that could deter it is the packaging. These shoes come with a sleeve packaging over top of the box. UA doesn't get that right. But here's the conspiracy. What if a seller actually has a retail pair, use the sleeve in the box, throws in that UA pair? I'm sure it's been done tons of times. And with the inconsistencies of the retail pairs that I've been harping on in this video, I think some can slide through. So be careful out there, guys. One other thing I can point out is normally with Jordan 3s, the cut is very shallow like this. Sometimes UA mess up with a higher cut. But again, dealing with this shoe, how the smiley face comes down low, they have no choice but to make a low cut. So that's pretty much null and void, I guess, on this shoe. Just want to throw that out there. But guys, I did try to keep this video as short as possible, so hopefully it didn't run over too much. But if it does, I appreciate all those that came through and all those that actually stayed to the end. So in conclusion, my main tips and pointers probably deals mostly in the elephant print, the hue of the elephant print, and also how the angle cut falls into the midsole on the lateral and also the medial side. Also, another thing I just thought of deals with the translucent outsole. As you can see, the black peeking through, and you should see that black peeking through on these two sections of the outsole. I have seen some that got that wrong, so keep an eye on that also. But yeah, guys, that's what I have for you today. Just wanted to come through with a little late content on the J Balvin Jordan 3 Rios and give you those tips and pointers. But please stay tuned to the channel. More reviews on the way. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, please feel free to go check those out also. I appreciate that. And let me know how you feel about this shoe. Did you pick this up? Are you still interested in picking this up? If you are, in my opinion, I think this is a very dope shoe. And does this shoe have sneaker of the year potential? Hell yes, it does. Am I saying this sneaker of the year? That's tough. Hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned. Till the next time, peace.